Hey there YouTube, this is Vargas XX78 with part 2 of my pickup video. Thanks so much if you followed and waited for me actually posting the second part, but as I left off on the first one, I still have a few movies to talk about. Picked up a lot of movies in this last month and a half that it's taken me to record this video. So let's get started because I still have a few to talk about. I actually heard about this director because of a video that I saw starring Movie John and Cyber Ray 1976. They mentioned that an underrated director was Dario Argento, and I don't remember seeing any of his movies, but since then I've been curious on getting one. So I went to a swap meet and I got this one. It's called Creepers, starring a very young Jennifer Connelly and what's his name? Donald Pleasence from the Halloween. I can't believe I forgot Donald Pleasence. It's about this girl that moves into a new town and she gets picked on and everything, but she has this ability to talk to bugs. So she helps out the cops in finding this killer. And I haven't seen it. It's still sealed, but I looked up what it's about, and again, the back is always helpful to know what a movie's about. But she's able to talk to bugs, and she helps solve crimes and everything. But the Donald Pleasence character wants to look into this, so it's a little bit like Carrie near the end. But yeah, if you don't like bugs, I wouldn't recommend it. From what I've heard of this movie online. I still have to open it up and see it, but I'm waiting to see this one, and hope it's as good as it looks in online anyway. Next movie, never seen the first one, so that's why I don't have it, but I'm glad I was able to add the second part at least. And this is the Nutty Professor 2, The Clumps. I still think it's commendable that Eddie Murphy was able to play these 5 different characters, 6 if you count Buddy Love, but he played 6 different characters, 5 of these with different makeup, and then Buddy Love is just himself. I still like the first one, the first Nutty Professor. I thought it was cool, and it had good characters, and this one they decided to expand on the clumps. So I feel that that's the problem with this one. It gets the clumps get too overexposed and overused. But still commendable that Eddie Murphy was able to play 6 different characters in this movie. So again, not as good as the first one, which I still need to track down, but it's still funny. I still get a laugh out of this, and the clumps too. I'd recommend it. Want to complete, like I said, this collection I have of different actors and different directors, so I try to find the movies that I'm missing. And one of those actors is Jim Carrey, missing The Mask and Ace Ventura 2. But the other one that I've never seen, and I've wanted to see it for a long time because I heard a lot of really good things about it, was Jim Carrey's portrayal of Andy Kaufman in Man on the Moon. This is well, it's like one of those. They started doing that a lot in the 2000s, where they started talking about the life and times of celebrities, like the Ray movie with Jamie Foxx, or Walk the Line with Joaquin Phoenix. I think it's Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, the one that talks about Johnny Cash. And Jim Carrey did that with Andy Kaufman. And I heard this movie was really, really cool. I think I remember a little bit of Andy Kaufman when he was in Taxi. I saw a couple of reruns of that. But I've always wanted to see this, and like I said, I want to complete my Jim Carrey collection, and this is one of the ones that I've never seen, but I'm really happy that I found. So yeah. Another series that I wanted to complete was the Clint Eastwood the Clint Eastwood Dollars trilogy. I have The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I've actually gotten them in reverse because I got the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Then I got for a few dollars more, so I was missing the first one, A Fistful of Dollars. This is the first time that they introduce The Man with No Name, but this is the first part of that trilogy. The stories don't really connect between each other. It mostly just has, it's different stories with the man with no name, or Blondie as he was called in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. But this is actually, I think this was inspired by an Akira Kurosawa movie, because Akira Kurosawa did a movie called Yojimbo, where the samurais, playing two different people, and same thing happens with this one. The Clint Eastwood character is playing two different groups against each other. So yeah, I think the director or the writer saw that Akira Kurosawa movie. It's still pretty awesome. Definitely its own thing, but yeah, I thought that was interesting, but really good nonetheless. Now this one, I know it has a way better packaging, but this is the one I got, and because I know this thing went in a better looking box, but I got this set really cheap and I couldn't pass it up. It's this 2-movie set that has The Incredible Hulk Returns and The Trial of the Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk Returns is cool because it has Thor in it. It's not a faithful adaptation of Thor, it's kind of its own thing. And this Thor's like a beer-guzzling buffoon. But the story of how David Banner is making his new life and he wants to get cured of the Hulk, I thought was pretty cool. And then he meets up with Thor and gets in trouble. And then the Trial of the Incredible Hulk has another TV version of Daredevil. Doesn't have the red costume, doesn't have the horns. He just looks like a ninja. So, but it has a really cool trial scene where David Banner is on trial, and then he loses his cool, and he transforms into the Hulk mid-trial. That I thought was also cool, and it also has what's his name? John Rhys Davies, who was in Sliders and in The Lord of the Rings as the Kingpin. So, yeah, I thought that was cool too. Great 80s movies. Lou Ferrigno really did a really cool Hulk. So, yeah, and Bill Bixby was a great David Banner. Just an amazing. I'm actually hoping I can track down the TV series at one point, but like I said, I'm pretty sure this was part of a much better looking set. I just got it as is, but still pretty cool. Picked up this 2-disc set because I got it cheap and I thought it was a good deal. One is a movie directed by Roger Corman, the other one's not. The Corman movie is The Day the Earth Ended. It's about this group that's living in this house, and World War III happened. Everything's contaminated and full of radiation, but this guy planned ahead and built his house like in this cliff base that's surrounded by lead so the radiation wouldn't get them. But it's this group that's trying to survive, kind of like Night of the Living Dead, where they're surrounded by things, and then there's this mutant monster after them. That one was actually pretty cool. I like this one. And then the other one is The Sea Creature, where this hypnotist finds this girl and he's able to regress her memory to the point where she can physically manifest a lob monster. Or a sea monster. It kind of looks like a crab thing. That one was not as good, but was also very interesting. I actually ended up enjoying both movies, but yeah, surprised that they were actually that enjoyable. I still have that cough here. Also picked up an anime. Picked up The Galaxy Railways, Volume 1. Has 5 anime episodes. Haven't seen it, but I like the designs of the characters. I'm always trying to look for cool anime, and I base myself mostly on the drawings. And this art style reminds me of another anime I can't remember for the life of me, but yeah, it looks cool. So haven't seen it. The next 2 purchases I'm really happy that I got. Because I saw them at Swap Meet and I was like, I can't believe you have this. And this one cost me a little bit more expensive, but it doesn't matter because it's the complete first season of Beast Wars Transformers. All 26 episodes from the first season. I know a lot of people don't like the Beast Wars because they thought it was just one massive promotional thing to, revive Transformers. But you know what? the Transformers cartoons, that's what they did anyway. It was just a half-hour long commercial to introduce toys, but I really got hooked into the Beast Wars, especially after season 2 and 3, because this one does feel like they're just introducing new characters for a toy line, and the animation, everything was done by computers, by Mainframe, who also did the equally amazing Starship Troopers cartoon. But favorite character by far is Dinobot. I don't know if you can see him, but I have Dinobot, both of them, the original one and Transmetal ones over here. Don't know if you'll be able to see it, but love the Beast Wars, like I said, especially in season 2 where big things happen. But Beast Wars I thought is amazing. I still think it's amazing. Especially, again, the evolution of the storytelling gets way better at the end of this season and then the following ones. It only had lasted 3 seasons, but they were good seasons. I loved Beast Wars. I'm really happy to get season 1. The other movie I'm really happy to get, because it also is a means to complete a collection I got going, is Jason Goes to Hell. I'm always on the lookout for the missing Friday the 13th movies I'm missing. And Jason Goes to Hell was the last one, and the big one, because at the end of this one is where you see Freddy's hand pulling the mask down. So the movie, it doesn't have Jason that much in it, but I thought it was interesting the way that Jason could possess people and continue on his killing spree before being reborn at the end. So this has the unrated version, so I thought that was really cool. And now I'm only missing the remake, Part 5, and Jason X, and my Friday the 13th collection will be complete. But really happy to pick this one up. That and Beast Wars, I think, are the best things I picked up in this haul. Then I picked up another really good movie, oddly enough, also starring Jennifer Connelly. But this is Requiem for a Dream. Not a lot of people can take this because it shows people doing drugs in a very crude and I've heard people describe this movie that they can't stand to watch it because it's really upsetting, especially the this character, how she takes drugs to lose weight and then just plummets. All of them plummet into really bad places. But this is from the guy that did The Wrestler and Black Swan. So, yeah, I saw it, I enjoyed it, needed to get it, and got it now. I'm not very proud of this, but I have to do it. My girlfriend really likes a particular movie series that I've personally avoided, because I think it's not that good, but yeah, because I saw the trailer and I thought that just with the trailer that I wasn't going to enjoy it. But my girlfriend really likes it, and we're going to go see the last one of this particular series. She doesn't own any of the movies. I think she said she only owned the first one. I didn't know that until later. But she said she wanted them, and I decided to pick it up for her to add to our mutual collection. And picked up the Twilight movie. I know. The main thing I didn't like about the trailer is that the vampires sparkle. Just with that, sparkling vampires. That alone told me that I wasn't gonna like this. But I have a girlfriend that likes Twilight, so I picked up Twilight. Now set. Picked up Electra. I also like to add my superhero movies to my collection, and this is the follow-up to, well, it's kind of the follow-up to Daredevil. At least it follows Electra. A lot of people don't like this, rightfully so. It's not that good of a movie, but it does recreate well a scene that happened in the comic books where Electra's kind of like sneaking into this guy, and this guy hired a lot of guns, but he knows that he's gonna get done in by Electra. That at least was done well compared to the comic book. Jennifer Garner's not a bad Electra, just the story just doesn't make that much sense, and they also gobbled up together pieces from another graphic novel that they did with Wolverine, where there's this girl that's hardwired to be a really good killer. So Electra's like trying to protect her, but at the same time try to redeem her. I don't know. Just it could have been a good story, but it kind of didn't follow through. Big fan of Emma Stone ever since I saw her at Zombieland and Superbad and Spider-Man, and I'm just really, really a big fan of Emma Stone. So I saw this, Easy A. Great movie, and Emma Stone is really good in this, so Easy A, I would recommend it. Another movie I've been trying to track down and finally found a decent enough copy is Juno, starring Ellen Page. A lot of people I've heard don't like Juno because, you know, they think this little girl's a smart aleck, talk-back little kid, and not a lot of people like Michael Cera. I liked him in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. He was awesome in that. But it's about the story about these two that accidentally get Juno pregnant, and then she's trying to deal with, being a teenager, and decides to give up the kid. It's a good movie. It's directed by Jason Reitman, who did Up in the Air, and I liked Up in the Air, so thought this was cool. 80s movies are always awesome, and I remember a trilogy of movies with this particular actress. 16 Candles, then The Breakfast Club, especially The Breakfast Club. That's the better movie. And the next one was Pretty in Pink. Just a really, really interesting look back at the 80s. It has the guy from 2.5 Men, and of course Molly Ringwald. It's just a really cool movie. I was around the 80s, so I remember these movies. A lot of people will say, well, this is just a 80s chick flick. Like 16 Candles, I don't deny that. But, again, I find it interesting to look back at those times and remember the actors and everything. Picked this one up because I've never actually seen an Audrey Hepburn movie. I've actually heard great things of Breakfast and Tiffany's, but I don't own that. But I saw this one, and it has, it's Sabrina, starring Humphrey Bogart and Audrey Hepburn. Just saw it there. It's directed by the same guy that did Sunset Boulevard, so that's the other reason why I picked it up. Haven't seen it, hoping it's good. I'll pick this one up for my girlfriend, because she mentioned it. It's Just Like Heaven. It's about this story, about this doctor that is in a car accident, and then she's haunting her old apartment. But then it turns out that she's not really dead, she's like in a coma. But I guess you just really, really love the apartment. Yeah, it stars Reese Witherspoon and the Hulk from the Avengers, so I thought that was interesting. Went to Walmart, and I could not believe that this movie was so cheap, but it was just the right price that I was willing to pay for it. And I picked up the Walmart exclusive 2-disc edition of Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. I didn't have this movie. I wanted this movie to complete my Transformers collection because I have 1 and 3. It's not a good movie. I still prefer the first one, then the third one, then this one. But yeah, at least it still has a kick-ass Optimus Prime, so... And it's the 2-disc set. I got it for $5 at a Walmart. I could not pass it up. Went to Blockbuster. They had this the deal going on DVD, so I picked up a whole bunch of them. Picked up Captain America, the First Avenger. The problem is that this is only... it doesn't have any special features. It's just the DVD. With the movie, but I've actually seen this at other stores, so because the one that has the special features is the 3D edition, so that was kind of disappointing because I really would have liked to have an audio commentary or at least see a feature on how they did those really cool special effects with Captain America looking all skinny. That I thought it was really cool, but amazing movie. I was a little worried that the Human Torch would, because the actor played the Human Torch, wouldn't pull off Captain America, but he did. Tom Lee Jones is cool. The guy that played the Red Skull was cool. Agent Smith. Really cool Marvel movie. Missing Thor. Hope I get it soon. Picked up Snow White and the Huntsman. Didn't get to see this in theater, but it stars Thor, Charlize Theron, and the chick from Twilight. It says rental here, which I was kind of bummed out because I thought they gave me just the bare bones, no special features edition. But the Blu-ray has all the special features. So just the box says rental, but the Blu-ray does have all the special features and the featurettes and audio commentary. So I thought that was pretty cool. My girl wanted this one, so I picked it up for our collection, and it's The King's Speech. Won a couple of Oscars in 2010. The big movies, if I remember right, were The King's Speech and Black Swan. Missing Black Swan, but picked this one up for her because she really likes Colin Firth. Picked up The Avengers. Had it there, had to pick it up. I think so far, this one and The Dark Knight Rises are the best movies I've seen in 2012. This year has been an amazing year for movies, and I like the story of The Dark Knight Rises, but I like The Avengers a little bit more just because it actually felt like they were building up to this, and it has all of the actors except the Hulk. They changed him for Mark Ruffalo, but he did an amazing job as the Hulk, so that's okay. It felt like, it was building for it ever since Iron Man 1, and had just really, really cool comic book moments, and to see everything come together and not suck, I thought was amazing. So, yeah, best movies of the year of 2012, The Avengers. Yeah, just really, really like it. Again, it has the special features and everything. The problem with Blockbuster is that this is the Blu-ray DVD combo pack, but they only sold the Blu-ray. But it does have all the special features, which I thought was cool. Trying to get all those movies, and they had this one. And again, I've never seen a Twilight movie, but my girlfriend wants me to catch up because then I'm not going to know what's going to happen in the last one. So I picked up Breaking Dawn. This is just a rental edition. It doesn't have any special features, which is I never got that. Why don't they put special features on Blu-rays? But whatever. This movie I saw last year, Crazy Stupid Love. Thought it was amazing. Again, has Emma Stone and Steve Carell. Really, really funny movie. Really, really touching movie. I really like this movie a lot. Picked up Prometheus. Same problem. It's the Blu-ray DVD combo pack, but the DVD's not in here. But the Blu-ray has all the special features. So yeah, this is the Ridley Scott prequel to Aliens. A lot of people didn't like it. Didn't get to see it in the theater, but I'll watch it and I'll decide that for myself. Last two movies, guys. Picked up Ashton Kutcher in The Butterfly Effect. Say what you will about Ashton Kutcher, but this movie was pretty cool. And this is the edition that I've been holding out for. I don't know if you can make out. It has this really cool, like, metallic chrome effect thing going on, just like the Final Destination one. All the versions I've seen are either the ones that have Butterfly Effect 1 and 2, or the plain one. This one has the nice chrome look. And the Butterfly Effect I actually liked. I always thought it was stupid that he didn't try to redo his mistakes. Like, okay, I fixed something and it didn't work, I'm just going to try again and see if it works. But still, all in all, really liked this movie. Thought it was really, really cool. I think Ashton Kutcher did a really good job in this movie. So, and the last movie I picked up is a classic movie that I've been wanting to get. Never seen this, and a lot of people can't believe that I've never seen it. But it's the first Godfather, starring Marlon Brando and I think Al Pacino. Yeah, Al Pacino's in this. I remember him in the second one. Even though I've never seen that one either, but my brother mentioned that. So, picked up The Godfather, a classic movie. It's always in everyone's top 10, top 100 greatest movies of all time list. So now I actually have a copy of The Godfather. I also picked up The Godfather 2, and that one, like I said, that's why I know Al Pacino's on it, because in the DVD, Al Pacino's on the cover. The Marlon Brando is this one, Al Pacino's in the second one. But I'm going to give The Godfather 2 to my brother, to one of my brothers, because he wants to complete his Al Pacino collection. So I'm going to give part 2 to him, and I'm going to keep part 1. So yeah, that was the really long 2-part collection pick-up video. A lot of really cool movies. I just can't I've been finding a lot of really cool deals and a lot of really cool movies that I've been missing. So that's why I think I really have a problem with movie collecting. But yeah, I need to try to cut down, and at least until I see at least this bunch of movies. I have to finish watching this bunch of movies. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Please leave a comment. You know, some recommendation, something I might have missed, or a movie that you might recommend. So yeah, thanks so much for watching and for hanging out with me for this. I don't know how long this video is going to last, but thanks so much for that. And until I see you all again, this is Vargas XX78, signing off.